Okay, it's recording. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome to week 2. Congratulations on making it this far. Um, I'm Amber Speck, and I am an advanced director living in Loveland, Colorado. And we have a couple of people here with us tonight. So first, I'll introduce Dondi, who's a brand new consultant of mine, also in Loveland, Colorado. And I don't know why I'm saying Colorado. We're all in Colorado, but um, it just kind of
You
flows.
never know. Our teams are all over. There's might be somebody listening in that's not from Colorado.
Okay, true. So Dondi, tell us what you are most excited about in your new business.
What I'm most excited about, just getting to talk about cooking and being in the kitchen. I'm trying one of the new recipes tonight in the Rock Crock. I love things that are food related, so I'm most excited about doing that and earning a little extra money by doing something I love.
Awesome.
What are you making?
What are you making?
I am making the fajitas that you posted on the Facebook today.
Yum.
You had posted.
Oh, yes. Have you not made those before?
I haven't. I mean, I've made fajitas, but not in the Rock Crock, so or in the microwave.
Awesome.
So I didn't plan my time very well, and I ran to the grocery store a little bit late. So it's in the microwave. I'm going to get it done and then go to my bedroom where it's quieter.
That's fine. All right. And then we have Kristen and some people at her house. Do you guys want to say a quick intro?
Okay, I'm Kristen. I don't know if I'm on the camera right now or not. I only see Amber. But anyway, I'm Kristen. I'm an advanced director in Thornton, Colorado, and we're having a little pre-conference party at my house. So I'll let the others introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Janet, and I'm a director from Pueblo, Colorado.
Hi, Janet.
Hi. And I'm Rhonda, and I'm also from Pueblo.
Awesome.
So here we are having fun.
Very cool. So Rhonda, are you on Janet's team?
I'm on Kristen's team.
Kristen's team. Oh, but you're both from Pueblo. Cool. All right.
Yeah, sometimes Rhonda comes to my team meetings, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they know each other.
So you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
We met at a conference one year, but now,
That's awesome.
Pretty cool, yeah.
All right. Well, who had a chance to listen to the call on selling from Christina and Joe? They really shared a lot of amazing ideas, and I already gave Dondi a heads up. I was going to pick on her to share. So do you want to go first, Dondi, and share what you really liked from the call?
Sure. I have my 4 pages of notes here so that I can remember what I want to talk about. Actually, the thing that probably stuck out to me the most was not selling the smaller products, the products that were a little less in price, like the garlic press or the food chopper, things that people know about, because the other guests at the party are going to sell those items for you.
Exactly.
That wasn't anything I had ever thought of, but when I think about the Pampered Chef parties I've been to, I gush over the things that I love, and that does help sell your products. And so let the host do that. Not just the host, but the other guests, letting them sell the product for you.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So
and a great way to do that, I always do the introductions game, go around and have everybody share a favorite product and a word to describe themselves in the kitchen.
Right.
And that's usually people mention they're the cheaper products. And so they definitely sell them to each other then.
Right. And I figured that out afterwards from having seen you do a party. I thought, aha, that's why we play that game.
Amber's so smart.
She is clever. She's a clever girl.
Anybody else have something to share from the call? Thank you for sharing, Dondi.
Did you listen?
Yeah, I tried listening. I had audio problems. It would stop at 29 minutes. So I loved her Southern accent. It just made me feel like I was back at home. And she was, really great about, we've got the information there, right there, use and care. That's, if you don't have the cards, it's right there on the website. And just studying our products, instead and taking that serious. So the more you know about your product and can share freely with it, the better we are, the better off we are. And then the more information we can give to our customers. So I'm just going to make my product, I think, just pick, I know a lot of them, I've, doing it 4 years, but still just I thought, picking a product a week and really concentrating on that was a really good idea. I'm gonna put some team challenges out there too, I think, to do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The more we use our products, the more we know about them. And there is an amazing amount of resources on the website for actually studying and educating ourselves. So.
And actually, this wasn't from the call, but something that I discovered years ago, and I try to do when the new catalog comes out, but just reading the catalog is a wealth of information about learning about our product. So with the new catalog coming out, like, if you're coming home from conference, read the catalog. Don't just look at the pictures and, whatever. I mean, actually read the descriptions, read everything that's on the catalog. It is amazing product knowledge, and it will really help you sell more product, I think, by studying that.
That's a great tip. I forget about that. When I started 14 years ago, I took the catalog. My daughter came in and left the door open. Sorry. I took the catalog and wrote out note cards, like 3x5 cards for each of the key product sections. So like the stoneware, the cutlery, the cookware, and I wrote them from the catalog. So I took that section, that paragraph in the catalog, and wrote it down on a note card, and then I read it at my first 5 shows, and it became memory. I basically put it to memory by reading it off the cards of the first 5 shows. So yes. I recommend doing that for sure. Great. Well, thank you guys for doing the homework and for sharing about it. Now that you have some amazing selling skills under your belt, you'll be able to start sharing these great tips and ideas when you're at shows and while you're out and about. Really, some great conversations can happen just when you're with friends and family, and your cookware, your products can come up.
When you're at the dentist this morning.
Did you really?
Great opportunities.
What did you talk about?
I kind of segued our conversation into the fact that I am now a Pampered Chef consultant, which got the ladies there interested. So I'll be running them back some catalogs, but just talking about products they love. And all I had to say was Pampered Chef, and she was interested. So
awesome. Way to go. Yeah. Yes. Well, and now's a great time for you to mention too what you recently did at the bank.
What did I do at the bank? Oh, yes. I was at the bank yesterday to open my Pampered Chef, and the gals there knew that's what I was doing. So I brought in a couple catalogs. I brought in my rock crock and the slow cooker stand. And we probably spent 30 minutes, I and 3 of the ladies there at the bank, looking through the catalog, talking about the products. And I then met with Amber that afternoon and remembered one of the products that one of the ladies was interested in, found out it was on the discontinued product list, called the bank, and ordered 2 of them, and just put the deposit right into my account. So, just by talking about Pampered Chef, I got a sale out of that.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yay. Very good. So, yes, exactly what Dondi was just talking about is sharing your excitement. And it's really easy to do once you're educated on it, once you've used the products, and especially when you're excited about new catalog, new products coming out, and anything that you just used in your kitchen. So if you're cooking with Pampered Chef tools on a daily basis, then it's a lot more natural to be talking about it with people. So it is important to remember that we have products that will change people's lives. Did you know that families who eat dinner together have children who honestly score better on their SATs? They have better interviewing skills. They are less promiscuous, less apt to do drugs, smoke, or drink. And it's honestly all because they ate dinner together. And those conversations are just so valuable to their growth and development as individuals. And when you know information like that, you know how it can impact people's lives and children's lives. It's really hard to not share what you know. So I want you guys to just take a minute and think about, how does that make you feel that you know you're impacting lives by giving people tools and the motivation and excitement to cook for their families?
Anybody want to share? For me, it just gives me a lot of confidence to share what I do and, to ask for the bookings or to ask for the sale when you know what you have to offer is so awesome.
Yeah. Well, it gives me value as a person. I feel like, it just adds to my passion for what I do and help me stay confident in the role that I have and knowing that this is the right place for me, because I've always been passionate about dinner and meal times as a family. And I love helping people make that a reality. So, all right. We're going to talk about Out About, which we've already talked a little bit about. Dondi seems to have it down already right out the door, but we can always be reminded of ways to make conversation about Pampered Chef. And a couple of things that we have, very exciting this week, we're getting a new vendor. And with those of us going to conference, get to see it firsthand and shop tomorrow. I can't wait to shop. And I actually saved money. So Dondi, I know we've already been talking about you going to conference next year, but I highly recommend saving throughout the year. We did, actually Becca was in charge of it, having a cash box at our meetings, and everybody was able to put cash in each month. And I actually did it for the first time. I used to always do it when it was like an online thing that Pampered Chef provided for us. But since that went away, I've been really bad about saving in advance for conference. So I'm just really excited to actually have cash to spend at the logo place instead of putting it on the credit card and being like, oh, I shouldn't really spend this. But I still need to stick to my cash allowance and not go overboard.
Oh, no, so many awesome things. It's like, just buy.
I know. So, anyways, the Pampered Chef tote with, way to have your catalog tote. I have probably 5 of my favorite shirts right now are Pampered Chef logo shirts. And so I almost am always wearing a Pampered Chef shirt when I'm out and about, or have Pampered Chef on me somewhere. I have never been good at wearing my name badge. Have any of you been good about that and have a fun story to share of being out wearing your name badge?
I know it works from previous jobs. Before I was doing Pampered Chef, I would accidentally have my name tag on. But with Pampered Chef, I don't even have a name tag. I just use a little sticker with my name, or it's on my.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't have a real name badge, but it does work because, like I said, from other jobs, people would call you by name or notice it. So, yeah.
I know Jen Seibel on my team is really good about wearing her name badge out and about, and she does start conversation and get new contacts out and about by wearing it. So
I heard on Facebook, and it's a great idea. It's the same thing. Somebody wears their apron into a store, like they forget to take it off. After
yes, I saw that.
And then, go into the gas station or the grocery store or whatever. So it's the same idea. People are going to, hey, what do you, gosh, what are you cooking? Or, whatever.
Right,
so,
right.
Anything to get the conversation going.
Definitely. So yeah, there you go. The grocery store. When you're in the baking aisle, you can bring up a conversation about the brownie pan and how amazing it is to make brownies in. I actually have stopped buying brownie mixes. I used to always do box mixes for brownies. Brownies are my number one biggest weakness. I love brownies. And I love the Batter Bowl brownie recipe, and I've started making them from scratch. And so that has become my kind of signature piece to bring for like end of season sports events for my kids. I've made the homemade brownies for all of their, kind of parties at the end of the season. And now the key is to be more successful at getting a catalog or information out to make a sale. But at least, people see a Pampered Chef consultant using Pampered Chef products to make something from scratch. And it's a good thing. So,
have you ever pampered a business by taking them brownies?
I have. When I lived in Severance, I banked at the community bank that was right there down my street. So I just walked there with the kids when they were little. We, would go there. I would actually walk in, whereas now I don't really walk into the bank. And I bank with First National, which I'm always at a different branch. And but anyways, back to the positive side is that it is really good to do, just to build relationship and loyalty, just to get your name out there and make new contacts. So do you guys have experiences to share with pampering a business?
I haven't, but I've really thought about doing that. You guys have heard me talk about my Mary Kay friend. She pampers a business with her Mary Kay every week. It's like Working Woman Wednesday. And so every week she gives out little wooden roses with a Mary Kay coupon. And I've thought about tagging along and taking, some little brownies to give away with, 10% off coupon, something, but I have not done it, but I've thought about it.
It's the first step.
I know, right?
That would be fun to go along with her.
I know, right? She'd love to have me tag along. So.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Well, I think it's just so instrumental for us to be making those additional contacts. One of the things that actually came up on Sunday night with our call, Sue brought it up, was those 10 old contacts a day and 5 new contacts a day. And to get those 5 new every day can be really challenging, especially if you're not making contacts out and about. But if you are initiating conversation about Pampered Chef out and about, then it's a lot easier to succeed in those 5 new ones a day. And if you're adding 5 new contacts every day, then your business should constantly be growing and exploding and reaching amazing new levels. So, do you guys have any other tips or tricks that you use to get new contacts?
I think if I would just call everybody who's been to my parties and have a personal connection, in a sense, that's a new contact. If
right.
you only once at a
especially
party.
if it's an outside order or someone that you didn't have a conversation with.
Outside orders would be a perfect way to start. I think just doing that would be, I would see a significant improvement, because I know when I've tracked it, and I add at least $100 to the party, and I get one booking. That's my average.
Wow.
So why don't I do that?
Why don't you do it?
That's awesome.
Do you?
I started out with
Okay.
the goal to do that when I jumped in with 9 virtual parties back in the end of June, and I got through 2 of the shows where I did actually call and leave a message or talk to a lot of the people, and it was just neat how much they seemed to appreciate the call, or like how surprised they were that I took the time to call them, even if they were just like, well, yeah, my products are great, I got them, whatever, like they seem to appreciate that I took the time to do that. And I, who knows if they'll remember me or stick to me as their consultant in the future, but I'd say there's definitely a higher chance of that happening now. So yeah, that's a great point, that those can be new contacts. All right. So she's got some kind of funny things in here that, it may seem crazy to get out there and do those about contacts, but they're really important to do. And anywhere that there's people, there are people that eat, right? So have you guys ever struggled with what to make for dinner before?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, right? What in the world am I going to make? Or, what tools are you going to use to make your dinner quickly? Or, just staring at your cabinet or fridge, hoping that something will jump out at you and be done and ready. So pretty much everyone everywhere has been in that situation at some point, or is on a weekly basis, maybe daily basis. So really, we could just go ahead and put a little name badge on all of you that says selfish if you're not sharing. And it, really, that popped into my mind because Kathy Cocozella told me that recently with not sharing the business when I was kind of not recruiting. And it's the same thing with not sharing about our products, not sharing about the host benefits, not sharing about the business. They're all things that we should be sharing with everyone. And honestly, if you're not sharing them, you are being selfish. You're not sharing something that is great. Kristen has numerous times mentioned as well that, if you go out to eat and have a wonderful experience, or you have a hairstylist that is amazing and you are super happy every time, then you're going to share that with your friends and family. You want other people to know and experience the same great thing that you experienced. And so we need to do the same thing with our Pampered Chef products and the host opportunity and the business opportunity, because we have something great to offer and we need to be sharing it with everyone and looking at it as an opportunity to share, not as selling or recruiting or, you know, asking for a favor. We are offering something great that can really impact lives in a positive way. So here's kind of a script of what you could say when you're in the brownie aisle at the grocery store. So, you know, you're standing next to somebody and you could say, "Hi, is that a good brownie mix brand? I'm making this recipe tonight to try out." You could happen to have the recipe card with you for the Naughty Brownies. Has anybody made those? Those are the ones where you mix in the chocolate chip cookie dough with the brownie mix. Yeah, they're amazing. Though mine haven't turned out perfect. Like, I have a harder time getting them out of the brownie pan than just regular brownies. But
you have to cook them a little longer.
Yeah, I think you can't do the undercooked, which
And
is what I tend to like to do.
Reese's peanut butter cups? Is that what it calls for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mint Oreos do a little bit better because they're not quite as greasy and oily, and it's amazing.
There you go.
Not that I had any at all.
That sounds amazing. All right. So you could say, you know, just ask them their opinion. Do you think this is a good brand? And then mention, have you heard of the Pampered Chef? What do people always say?
I love Pampered Chef.
That's right. So then you can just ask, when's the last time that you've been to a party, and would you like a new product flyer? So you could just have like the summer helper or the mini catalog for the new season. And of course, be prepared with your little Post-it note on there that has the place for them to quickly just fill out their contact info, and have a pen available so that you can say, I'd love to follow up with you to see what you think about the new products, or, you know, about these top sellers, our favorites in here, and get their information. And then make sure to follow up. So take a note, put a reminder in your phone, write it in your calendar as soon as you leave wherever it is that you made that contact, so you can make sure that you do follow up with them in 24 to 48 hours. Because if you don't, you will be throwing away the lead. They lose 10% interest every day, and even more when they've only just met you out and about instead of at a party. So you really have to follow up quickly. Here's another idea. When you are checking out, you could say, I can't wait to try these brownies at home. Don't they look amazing? Holding out the recipe card. And then when she asks you about them, you can say, have you heard about the Pampered Chef? I love the Pampered Chef. So then just ask them, when's the last time you've seen a catalog? Here's a copy of our latest products. Check out the Veggie Spiralizer. It's taking the noodle world by storm. And then, of course, I'd love to follow up with you to see what you think about the new products. So hand in the Post-it note or drawing slip, get their information to follow up with them. Of course, thank them for sharing, and make sure that you put in that reminder to follow up with them. Now, of course, we can always take that conversation a step further to ask if they would like to host a show and get them all for free instead. It really is easy, and sharing is really just caring about the people around you and having a conversation. So when you start seeing it as a service instead of a chore, it will become much more fun and easy for you to do. And getting show leads when you're out and about is really nothing more than a friendly conversation. It is important, though, to be prepared. So if you are at a potluck or at a family function and somebody asks you, what do? You don't want to be fumbling around and coming up with the words to describe what you do. You want to be prepared with that commercial. So 20 seconds really is the ideal. Can be closer to a minute at your show, but when you're out and about, you want a super quick commercial. And here's a couple suggestions. I help create mealtime memories with quality tools and tasty recipes. I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. I help people realize that cooking can be fun when you have the right tools. I help people discover their inner Rachel Ray. So all of these are designed for people to then ask you, what do you do? Oh, so yeah. So basically these are written out as like just a little teaser to where then you can lead into saying, I am a Pampered Chef consultant or director or whatever. Instead of starting out by just saying, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, what the idea here is to make it more exciting, make it more appealing, enticing, to pull them in and want to know more. So what do you guys think? Which one on there would you find yourself saying?
I love that. I'll help people discover their inner Rachel Ray.
Okay.
So many people just love cooking shows, and I think that would really grab their attention.
Fun. Anybody else?
I would probably talk about showing busy families how to get dinner on the table, just because I'm busy. I work a full-time job as well, and that's something that's important to me and many of the people that I know and work with.
Awesome.
It also wouldn't hurt to have, a couple of these in your arsenal, and it kind of depends who you're talking to. So
Exactly.
if you're at the store and it's a mom with 3 kids hanging on her, then I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. I think she'd be like, oh, wow, how do I do that? But then again, you could do, if it's, you don't know their family situation, or maybe it's somebody really young or really old who may not have the family at home anymore, then help you discover your inner chef or, whatever. So it doesn't hurt to kind of be prepared, I think, with several. And
that's a great point. Exactly. Yeah. Because it may not appeal to someone who is young and single or young and just newly married, that you can help families get dinner on the table, because they may not necessarily see themselves as a family right now. They're just on their own. I actually had somebody a virtual party that she just invited people. And I could ask for your feedback on what to do if you just delete this or not. But she said, I'm in college, and something to the extent of, I'm single in college and don't have a budget for cooking right now, or something like that, where you're like, so how are you? So you have a budget to eat out instead of cooking? Like, what is that? But anyways, it may not, if they're young and in college, then sometimes it doesn't appeal to them because they don't see the value of cooking. And that's where, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's a lost cause, but at the same time, I would love to help her, be able to cook for less and have mealtime solutions that can help her eat healthy. But anyways, so do you guys just delete those kind of things off of your event?
Oh, so she posted that on your event?
No.
Yeah.
Ask her directed questions.
Or maybe, something, so, how much money do you spend eating out or something? Maybe,
what do you eat in any given day? What's a typical diet for you?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good idea. Take it into a conversation.
Right.
But yeah, it might be kind of tricky to work it on not being pushy, but, just curious.
Right.
I'm just curious, how, what do you do for your daily meal plan? Yeah. Especially if she's not in the dorms, then. Yeah. But isn't that, I find it interesting that she felt it necessary to post that on the event,
everybody has to eat, and you're right. You're going to end up ultimately, they don't see it, but ultimately they're going to spend more money eating out.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy.
Way more.
Cook at home, but unfortunately though, they don't see it yet. But
yeah.
But yeah, I think following up with another question just to kind of see where she's at.
Okay, I'll do it.
like Kathy says, ask questions, then wait for the answers.
Awesome. All right, so after we've enticed them, we tell them we sell Pampered Chef or Pampered Chef Consultant Director, and then they say, I love the Pampered Chef. So this is just kind of a joke that I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer, because no one ever says, oh, I love lawyers. Right? Everybody loves us. So, all right. So now kind of the easier place to get bookings is at your show, and bookings are truly the heart of the business. If you don't have bookings on your calendar, you're not in business. The magic number is 2. The goal is always to get 2 bookings out of every show. You never want to close a party without 2 bookings. 2 cooking and 1 catalog or Facebook party would be even better. You have 1 show, or you have to have 1 show to replace the one that you just did. Like, get that in your mind. Like, you really have to replace the one that you just did so that you're always in business. And then to grow your business, you need another one. So that's why the magic number is 2. Those additional virtual parties or catalog parties are just gravy. They're just kind of bonus money. But really, 2 cooking shows booked off of every cooking show is the best method. All right, so here's a few things you need to do to get to those bookings. Host coaching. You have to coach your host effectively. To have a successful party, you need people there, right? You need people participating and physically at the show to have a good opportunity to get those 2 bookings. You have to show up on time. Make sure your dishes are clean. Make sure you're appropriately dressed. Your clothes are clean. Talk about the high price products to create desire beyond budget. So there you go. That was mentioned by Christina and Joe. Focus on the double burner grill pan, the rock crock, the ice cream maker, any of those higher price items is where you should really spend your time and energy. Make your host feel special and appreciated. Make it known that that's how, or, kind of make it something that other people want to feel that way. They want to be in her shoes. They want to experience that. Go over bookings in your intro. Also mention the benefits of hosting during your show, in your demo, or, if you're doing the station style show, you can sprinkle in things when you're walking around the stations to say, you could get that veggie spiralizer half price as a host or free. And then, of course, always do the closing and go back to those host benefits with your closing. So the next thing is the door price slip. There is a great door price slip that you can make for a virtual party as well. Even on virtual parties, door price slips are still very, very helpful and important. When you are at the live cooking show, walk through that door price drawing slip and the check boxes, and don't just hand it out and say, here you go. Make sure to take time to go through that drawing slip together. Tell them to check yes. Just assume that they will and make it less threatening. They could check yes to just meet you for coffee or do something a little bit lighthearted, funny as you're guiding them to fill out that drawing slip. Something I need to share that I forgot about, Lisa Locken, who is participating on these calls at some point. I know she's already in Chicago now, but she shared her guest drawing slip, door price slip. And so I'll share it with my team page and make sure you guys have access to it as well, Jana and Kristen, because it has additional questions on it and it's a little bit different. So she prints it herself, but it also is really helpful for when you're at vendor events or booths or out and about where there's some additional questions on there. Like, for example, would you like me to add you to my Facebook group for, exclusive Pampered Chef, or like Dondi, your Happy Place group? So you could just have that as a question on your drawing slip to give you a way to add people to that frequently. All right, at your checkout, do 3 piles. Who can tell me what the 3 piles are at checkout?
Recruiting, booking, and a gift for being there.
Awesome. Yes. So what kind of gift would you give them?
A recipe card.
Perfect.
Something simple, something inexpensive.
Yes. So for recruiting, it could just be as simple as the, is it Life Tastes Great? Great red flyer, or it could be, wrapped up in with the Season's Best Cookbook and a candy bar and an additional flyer. Whatever your recruiting packet is, make sure and have those out when you're doing checkout. Also have out your host packets ready, and then also have out recipe cards so that you can go through asking them about those 3 piles, and that way they're going to say yes to something. So you can start with recruiting, then do hosting, then do the recipe card, or you can go the other direction, start with recipe, then do host, then do recruiting. It's totally up to you on what you think is the best way. There's a lot of different schools of thought on that. I won't go into that right now. but be prepared to handle those objections. So if they say no, make sure to always clarify, is that not right now or not ever? You know, would it be good for me to follow up with you in a couple months or closer to the holidays or in the new year? You know, kind of get a specific timeline on when they might be interested in hosting a show. And, you know, you might have those people that say, no, I'm never going to host a show because that's just not my thing. I love to spend full price and support my friends, but I will not host a show. And that's fine. We love those people too. So they can be that way if they want. Also, if they say no to a cooking show, make sure to then ask about a virtual party. Also, ask for referrals. I constantly shoot myself in the foot for not asking for referrals as often as I should. It's amazing the business that can happen when you ask for those referrals. If you just make it a habit to never get off the phone or, never finish that full service checkout without asking for a referral, or, just put in the back of their mind, if there's somebody, I would love for you to pass this recruiting info on to somebody that you think could benefit from the Pampered Chef business opportunity. Also referrals for hosts. Then turn your host into a booking agent for you. Your host gets 50% off. They get half price items on every show booked off of theirs. So they should be telling everyone they know about all the great things they got from hosting, and they should be encouraging all of their friends to host as well. Then offer an incentive to the guests who host, offer an incentive to the guests or hosts to book, such as when I get 3 hosts, or when host gets 3 bookings, she gets a prize in the bag. So that isn't something I've done a lot. Have you guys done that extra incentive on giving the host a gift when she gets a couple of bookings?
Is it off mute?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've done that where I take a gift bag and put 3 sticky notes with my next dates.
Mm-hmm.
And I really play it up. I tease with the hostess and her guest about, if they really love their friend, they want her to make sure she gets all the gifts, and they'll do parties. And, every time I've done that, I've gotten 3 bookings.
Wow.
That every
I
time.
know, right? Why not? I don't get that. What's wrong with us? It works, and then I don't.
Okay, so tell us, can you turn it, Kristen, so we can see Janet's face? Tell us exactly what you do.
I get a pretty bag, but I from the dollar store, but a color from this whatever season it is. But you can't see through it. It's a solid gift bag. And I put something in there, small, but a nice. Honestly, what I like to do is to get the prep bowls, the 1-cup prep bowls, and fill them with the season's chocolate or chocolate chips or some sort of little candy. Because you can get those on the supply, and it's really, so I'll put that in there, but they don't know what it is. But that way it's a nice gift. And then I take sticky notes, 3 of them, and I put the 3 dates for the parties I want to book. Get control of your calendar. When do I want my next parties? And then if the hostess has 3 people booked, then she'll get that gift. I've never taken it home. But now sometimes I'll get to where 1 or 2 dates will be picked, and somebody will say, oh, they can't do that, but they want to do a Facebook party, a catalog party, or a different date. And I'll still give away the gift. But the idea is to get the dates I want first and then go from there. Does that make sense?
Well, and there's a lot of value in even penciling in a date and giving that host packet before you leave the host house. And even if all 3 parties don't hold, if 2 of them do, then that's your goal. Right. So you're accomplishing that, and you're getting the dates that you want instead of
many of them back out. They may have to change the date, but even
sure.
You host coach well.
Right.
Okay. Aren't that bad. Good, bad. Cancellations are bad.
You don't have that many. You don't have that many.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, Janet. I'm just writing it down.
Something you were saying at the beginning when you were saying host coach effectively, and I kind of got into it at the later bullet points, but host coaching effectively is making your host aware that you are intending to get a minimum of 2 or 3. And honestly, I would tell her 3 bookings for her show. Explain to her why. I mean, you can explain to her the growth process of your business. So just from the very beginning, she has the expectation of you're wanting 3 bookings, and ask her right from the beginning, who do you think would be a good hostess? Who do you think might be interested? And jot those down yourself. And so when you're at the party and you meet that person, but just setting that in the host's mind from the very beginning with your host coaching that you want or are expecting 3 hostesses, and you can work out your verbiage. I think that's really key to getting those parties, because your host will then be your partner in it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So next, what we were talking about before, know your products when you're doing the demo, create interest in purchasing or booking. Smile a lot. This is huge, especially when you do videos. You want to make sure to smile. And then, of course, in person, anywhere you are, the more you smile, the better it is. I can't say enough how important it is to smile when you are in front of people in any aspect. So smile, smile, smile. No one wants to book a show with Eeyore, but they will book with Tigger. So don't be Eeyore. Have your calendar ready and clear to book dates right then and there. Get them on your calendar if at all possible right then. If not, write down dates you do have available for them for the month that they're wanting. Tell them to contact you as soon as possible to pick their date. If they don't contact you within 2 days, then group text the potential and the current host at the same time to follow up. So that's kind of a new idea I haven't done before. I think the idea is, to kind of get the host on board with helping you secure that booking. Have the host encourage her friend to go ahead and set the date and follow through with that. So that can work well. All right. Here's that positive self-talk. So like we were talking about with week 1 on the belief system, believe that you will get those bookings. Tell yourself, I will get 2 cooking and 1 catalog show booking today at this party. I am a booking magnet. Everybody wants to book a show with me. Same thing when you're heading out and about or when you are picking up the phone to make contacts. Tell yourself those things. Say, they can't wait to hear from me. They are looking forward to my call. They want to book a show with me. Tell yourself those positive things and it will be a lot more successful. Stop saying I wish and start saying I will. All right. So last week we discussed our belief system. I challenge you to strengthen your system so much that your belief in our 3 opportunities exudes from you. The opportunity to purchase, the opportunity to book a show, the opportunity to join one of the fastest growing teams in the Northwest. When you wake up, the first thing you think or you should think is, whose life will I change today? This week, I want you to look at your passion. Look at your passion behind the company's booking opportunity. You've got to believe that we have the best thing ever and be so completely passionate about it that you can't help booking a ton of parties. Are you passionate about your parties? Are you passionate about your products? Can they tell that you're in love with your products? Can they tell when you talk about bookings how much fun it's going to be and how crazy they'd be not to have one? Can you paint a picture so clear that they have to join your team? Be passionate. So here we go again. Answer yes or no honestly. Are you passionate about your products?
Yes.
I think we are. Are you passionate about booking shows?
Yes.
Our cooking show's awesome. Are you passionate about sharing our business opportunity?
Yes.
All right, whether you are or not, it shows. So find that passion and show that you are passionate and you love what you do and you love what we have to offer. Here are some ways to find your passion. So tomorrow we get to go to National Conference and get Passion Boost, Ultimate Passion Boost. And we will be sharing, I will be exuding from us on our team pages and everywhere, text messages. I will probably swarm you, Dondi, with pictures and excitement. Pampered Chef University is an awesome place to renew your passion. Watch the YouTube videos, play with your tools at home, attend team meetings, of course, August 7th. I'm sure maybe 8th. I don't know if you guys do it on Tuesday, but ours is August 7th.
7th and 8th with my team.
Oh, you're doing both. Awesome.
Yeah, I do I do the 7th in Thornton and Dawn does the 8th in Littleton. So whichever end of town you're in, we have a meeting.
Very cool. All right. Listen to the training calls beyond like what we're doing now. Also find a Batterball buddy to keep you accountable. So find a team member that you can connect with and hold each other accountable. I know Dondi just has recruited her very first virtual party host. And she submitted her show last night with Kit Credit. She's going to sign up on Friday. So that will be an awesome Batterball buddy that you guys can push each other along and be great friends to work together toward a common goal. And hold each other accountable to working your business. All right, find a fair or booth to work so you can hear how much everyone loves Pampered Chef, because they will stop at your booth and say, I love Pampered Chef. Then you need to make sure and say, how can I help you? What do you need? Have you had a show lately? Recipe nights, we need to schedule a recipe night for later in August. And I know Kristen also does virtual trainings. We are going to have one on SynShare this month. So make sure to just take every opportunity you can to grow and learn and build that passion. Also, finding a Pampered Chef mentor is a great thing. I, for the first time, have kind of reached out to ask for a mentor, and it doesn't have to be somebody that's on your Pampered Chef team. I have connected with someone that is completely unrelated to me and just started picking her brain and asking her for tips and tricks and suggestions. And you can really gain a lot. And that's one of the things I also love about our company is how willing people are to share and give back, even if they're not getting anything in return. So, any questions? No?
Nope.
We did pretty good. I know we all have things to do to get ready for conference. All right, so our call to action is 15 contacts. And again, can be 10 old and 5 new, or, just make as many new contacts as you can. And any of those parties that you guys have had lately, call everyone that you did not talk to. Call everyone you did talk to. Go back, even Dondi, to your grand opening show, or your first virtual party, and you can call every single person that participated and make sure they know that you're a consultant now and see how you can help them. I know you've already done that with half of them, and that's how you have so many bookings, but make sure that you didn't miss anybody and contact everybody. So don't leave anyone out. Don't prejudge or think, decide for them that they wouldn't want to have a party or they wouldn't want to do the business. You never know who might just be waiting for you to call them. All right, our training this week is Abundant Bookings with Susan Warshay and Missy Eltz. It's under Pampered Chef University, and this time instead of selling, it's under bookings. And then it is, again, a peer sharing. And I might be able to share this direct link with you guys so you can maybe get there easier. But make sure to share with your recruiter at least 5 takeaways and mail. Here's a fun extra one bonus. Mail the Kit Credit coupon to every host on the calendar. So every host you have coming up August and September, print out that Kit Credit coupon and mail it to them. Make sure they know in advance that they could use up to $50 of their host benefits toward the new consultant kit. And they can use it on any one of those 3 kits. So add a little personal note in there saying how excited you are for their show and thanking them for hosting. This would be a great thing to print tonight so we can work on those while we're on the plane or any dead time at conference.
Dead time at conference? What?
We'll see if that can happen. So awesome. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amber, for leading us.
Yeah,
You're welcome. It was a little crazy. I'm glad it was quiet for most of my call.
It just wasn't there a lot of us on the call, but thank you for sharing.
that was good.
Yes. All right. Well, we will see you ladies tomorrow.
Have a fun time.
Thank you, Dondi. I'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.